안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Mari입니다. 오늘은 we are going to talk about the first 6 episodes in the currently airing K-drama entitled See You in My 19th Life. You can watch this K-drama on Netflix. Before we get into the video, I just have 1 or 2 housekeeping things to discuss, and the main one being that I'm starting my TESL certificate tomorrow, which stands for Teaching English as a Second Language. This is a very intensive form of this certificate. It's essentially taking 2 years worth of classes into 2 months. It's Monday to Friday. I really don't think I'm gonna have time to film and edit and post like I have been over the last month or so, which is really too bad because I was so proud of myself for being a bit consistent, and now that's gonna go all out the window. But I am going to try and do something on a bi-weekly basis, whether or not that's a review or just a more simple reaction type video or a list. I am going to really try, so that will be every second Wednesday. Anyways, let's start the review, and you can check out the chapter times below for the pros and cons and an answer to the question, will I keep watching? First, the synopsis. What is See You in My 19th Life actually about? This K-drama follows a woman who is able to unlock the memories of her previous life in late childhood. And as the title suggests, we meet her in her current 19th life. But what's different about this life is she has decided to reconnect with someone from her previous life. Usually she dies and tries not to look back. But she decides she's going to try and find a boy from her past. Someone special she was ripped away from in an untimely accident that caused her death, and the boy to have permanent hearing damage. And that is all I'll say. I know that this K-drama is based off of a webtoon, but I have not read the webtoon, and all I knew about this series going into it was that it had reincarnation and past life connections. Those are 2 buzzwords for me that always make me a little bit interested. And let me tell you, the joy I got from discovering this story and these characters by watching what is so beautifully presented to you with like visual storytelling was such a treat. Simply put, I'm pretty much in love with this K-drama, so let's just go right ahead and talk about the pros. I think it'll be no surprise to anybody who looks at this cast when I say that the acting is phenomenal. So good. This female lead is one of my favorite Korean actresses. I always find that regardless if I am enjoying the plot of the drama she is in, she excels in every role. I feel like there is so much emotion behind her eyes. Her type of like subdued under the surface like intensity is so perfect for this type of character, being someone who has so much more wisdom and experience beyond the physical body in the moment. I completely believed that this character was an old soul because she feels different, more mature, almost fantastical compared to all the other people around her. Like, I think she sticks out. There's like a special quality to her in this character. Now, she is not the only one that sticks out to me. I'm also really invested in the male lead. I really believe the weight of his trauma, being someone who was in a car accident very young and lost a best friend in that accident, essentially. Like, they die in front of them. Trauma, I get it. But I also really believe him in his career and working environment. It's honestly so night and day compared to, say, the male lead from King the Land. There's a little bit of similarities between these 2 male leads and their career setup. Both of these men are battling against unhelpful extended family members as they try and manage a hotel, and this hotel has connections to either their deceased or missing mother. The difference here in See You in My 19th Life is that I actually believe that this character can do the job. So yes, this is a romance. I think we are all aware of that going in. I don't think that's spoilers. So let's talk about the chemistry, and I don't think that there's fireworks going on. I don't think the chemistry is electric or swoon-worthy at the moment. I would say that this chemistry is very sweet. It's very comfortable. It's something that I could see being like the seed for future really powerful, loving moments. As for the side characters, I have two that are my favorites so far. The first one is the niece of our female lead from her 17th life. This might get a bit confusing if you haven't seen the show already, but hopefully you can follow me. So the niece from the 17th life is now a middle-aged woman, and she reconnects with our female lead who is in her 19th life. And what I loved about their interactions is it feels really genuine, it feels very believable, and the niece continues to call the female lead samchun, or uncle. Because what I love about this show is that our female lead reincarnates regardless of gender. I'll talk about that more later. But by continuing to call the female lead samchun, even though she is no longer in samchun's body, she's not the samchun that the niece once knew, I think it shows what this series is trying to show, being that really deep, important relationships will transcend the physical body. You can also see this theme with my second favorite side character being our female lead's sister, little sister from her 18th life. They also get reconnected. At many points, this younger sister will make a comment saying like, I feel like I've known this woman a long time, I feel very comfortable with her, and she reminds me of my late sister. The male lead also feels this sense of familiarity, and I just really like the focus on someone's essence rather than body. So yes, I really do like the type of reincarnation being shown within this drama, being that the female lead reincarnates regardless of sex. This has raised so many really interesting questions, or at least I find them interesting, and I have a lot of fun mulling them over in my own head. I don't think that the show is going to answer these questions, and I don't think that they have to. What I'm going to say is that I'm just having fun thinking about them on my own. Some of my questions are like, does she feel more comfortable in one sex versus the other, being someone who's reincarnated in both of them? Does her attraction to, like, romantic attractions, are they based more on the current body that she's in, or is she more pansexual because she realizes just how trivial your body is? I also have questions about like the fashion, because in her current 19th life body, she does dress quite femininely, very delicately. So it makes me wonder, if she were born into a man's body, would she be dressed in a very masculine way? Does she view each incarnation as a fashion and identity phase that she can explore? What is her own gender view of herself? Okay, so moving on, another pro I have for this drama is just how stunning it is. It is so beautiful. Every scene, I feel like I'm looking at something that's art. Along with just how beautiful it is, I think all of the emotional beats are hitting so perfectly. I am laughing and crying with these characters. I understand that not everyone will feel very connected to this female lead. I've had a few messages from you guys saying that you find her a little bit abrasive, which I can get. I do understand the concept of if this random person walked up to you on the street and was very aggressively trying to date you. Like, I get that, but for me personally, it's landing in a very acceptable way. So now let's move on to my singular con, and that's that we're already 6 episodes into a only 12 episode drama. I didn't realize it was only 12 episodes until just today, when I wanted to make sure I knew how many episodes I had watched for this review, and I was like, oh, it's only 12 episodes? I don't know if we've progressed enough to have already watched halfway. I am in love with everything that I've seen. I feel like the pacing's really good for everything that we've seen, but I worry that we've only got 6 episodes left to be able to fully develop all of these relationships and some of the mysteries that they're setting up. Like, I just don't know if we have enough time. I want enough time with these characters. The story is so good. So, with everything being said, will I keep watching? Yes, absolutely, 100%. I am here for these characters and this story. I can't wait. Have a good day, have a good night. Bye.